Just after 6 in the morning on day 8. Getting ready to go up and over Mica today. 17 miles or 17.2 miles to get up and over and out of the park boundary so that we don't have to have a camping permit. It's going to be a 5,500 foot climb over about 15 miles. So climbing all day and then start down the other side. So last night was perfectly peaceful here on this really nice even gravel bar, sleeping with a couple of other hikers. Tumbleweed, Sarah. Up the hill was Baja Gringo, and there were a couple of people across the creek already that I didn't get to see last night. And so it looks like this morning's going to start with a wet foot crossing and start the climb. Here we go. Okay, so here's our morning crossing of Rincon Creek. So last night really wasn't bad. The thermometer in the tent, I think the lowest it got was 53, so it's pretty warm. A little bit of rain this morning at about 4 a.m. Sprinkled a little bit, just dampened the rain fly. Not too bad. Had a nice conversation last night with Tumbleweed and Sandra about hiking, etc. And it was kind of a social evening because we got there early and sat around cooking dinner and talking to each other. Very pleasant. So that may be the last I see of Sandra unless I take a couple days off somewhere. The reason we ran into each other, she's a little slower hiker, and I had seen her at coming into Saguaro for a Christie pick-me-up. Brittle bush is blooming. It's gorgeous, lining the trail. Thank you, brittle bush. Just took a break at this lovely creek at mile 133.3. Lovely creek, lots of saguaros, mountains in the distance, and we're going to be heading up the mountain this way. What a beautiful morning. All right, we've been climbing since the stop at the beautiful little creek. We're now about 4,300 feet, and we got to get up to 8,500 up there in the clouds somewhere. This blooming bush just smells heavenly every time I walk by one of them. All right, well, it's coming up on about 10 o'clock, and we stopped at the little stream here for a break, and we're up about 4,700 feet and about 7 miles into the 15-mile climb, so about halfway done. Weather's been cool. It's getting a little cooler as it gets up higher. Rock formations, creeks, waterfalls, cactus, beautiful stuff. Okay, we just passed Grass Shack Campground, which is the lower of the two places you can get a permit to camp in the park. And continue climbing. And now we're at about 5,400 feet. And got to get to 8,500. Just afternoon, and we stopped here for a nice break and had a spam and cheese sandwich and some extra special trail mix that Christy makes for me. We're at 6,500 feet, which means over the next 4 miles we've got to add another 2,100 feet, so about 500 feet per mile. Get to the top and then start down the other side. There's supposed to be snow down for the first couple of miles, so we'll see how that goes and get to the edge of the park, but certainly seems doable now. Been a great day, amazing scenery. Of course, you got bonus footage of the beautiful Saguaro Park, and you got less footage of the excruciating big stair climbs, but that's because it's easier to film and more beautiful for you. And now there's pine needles covering the trail, and it smells heavenly up here. And this is why it's called Mica Mountain, because almost all the rock up here is just covered in it. No real good way to cross here, just had to wade through. Wet feet for camp. Onward and upward. This is Manning Campground, all set up for horses. Got a big cabin up here. Still snow up here. Okay, half a mile to the top. It's been a long slog up. It is beautiful up here. Wow. Made it to the high point, 8,587 feet. And snow the last mile or so coming up, and now probably the first couple of miles going down. Gonna find a place to take a break soon. It's been a slog. And I need a big peanut butter cookie, I think. Can I tell you what kind of fun it's been? Good God. Coming down the snow that steep when it's given away every step. And now we've got all of that to look forward to as well. So this makes about the 6th snow face, and then some pretty steep descents. Had to do post holing, slipping and sliding, but it's been worth it. The views up here are amazing. What an adventure. And now we're 1.3 miles from the exit of the park. And after that, if I find some water, because the spring up here was snowed over, if I find some water, then I can decide to make camp anytime. Man, look at the view that way. And then this way. Crazy. Okay, goal number 1 was to get to the top of the mountain. Goal number 2 was to get past the snow. Goal number 3 was to get out of the park before I had to camp. Those 3 goals have been met. Goal number 4 will be to find a decent campsite and get some rest. Came from all the way up there, and the tendons are stressed. So there's a little campsite right there, and there's supposed to be some more. We'll find one to our liking. Found an even better site back here in the junipers. This looks like the one. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, Serenity Shuttle has landed, trail mile 149.2. We started at Rincon Creek this morning at 1:30, so that's a 19-mile day, including a 5,200 foot climb, managing a couple miles of post-holing in snow, and this descent down from Mica, which was a real knee tendon breaker. It was not that much fun. So I'm glad to be done with that. That means I don't have to deal with any of that in the morning. But that was quite an accomplishment for me to do all that in one day. A lot of people won't. They'll camp up on the mountain. But I was able to make 19 miles despite all that. And it's just now about 6 o'clock. So I'm going to pull everything inside the tent, cook some dinner, contact Christy and let her know I'm okay, and we'll see what awaits us tomorrow. It should be 2 days to Winter Haven at Mount Lemon to get resupply, and everything is going really well, and it's just beautiful. I mean, to go through saguaros and then pine forest and then these huge rock formations that kind of put Vasquez Rocks to shame, and then dropping down, painfully, but dropping down into juniper and yucca, and really nice place down here by a dry wash that's actually got soil. So thanks for sauntering with me today. I appreciate it. And remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.